and normal me talking until the stupid thing comes up. It looks like it's good. It says that it's good. It says excellent connection, waiting for a thing to pop up. It's loading. We're
Hopefully my thing doesn't
good.
lag it.
All
There
right,
we
we're
go.
live.
Yep.
All right. Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
finally.
Welcome to the Outpost 1018 podcast for June 27th, 2024. I'm the host, Neo Tokyo Tempo. Everyone, introduce yourselves.
Neko here.
Yo, co-host, you've been gone for a while. You should reintroduce yourself.
I am Getsuryu or Josh. Yeah, I've been gone a minute.
I am Nines.
This is Striker or Lewis or biggest dumbass on the podcast. Whatever.
Okay.
All the same.
Oh my
This is Baron.
Okay.
I go by Baron or RJ. I'm the mech anime enthusiast. But yeah.
All right. Very nice.
Wait, did Neko come?
Yeah, I read it.
For this installment of the podcast, we decided that we were going to watch Mashle. Now, Mashle is this anime, came out this year, didn't it? Yes, it did. It's
Yeah.
brand new. Anyway, so Mashle is this anime where basically it's sort of like Harry Potter, but the entire world is Harry Potter. So everyone has a mark on their face, and it delineates the fact that they can use magic. And anyone who can't use magic doesn't have a mark on their face and is exterminated in order to keep their magical world pure or something. And the main character, Mash, cannot use magic, and he's been hidden by his adoptive father until he grew into a teenager and then was promptly caught. And now, in order to not be eliminated, he must become he must become basically this the divine visionary of the school that of the most prestigious magic school in the country. So that's that. So let's just start in with this review. We'll talk about the visuals first. So the visuals in this show are they're kind of average. I think they're kind of going for like archetypes of other characters that were in other shows. For instance, the main character Mash kind of looks like that dude from Mob Psycho.
Mob, literally Mob.
Yeah, there's Barrett. He I think I've seen him in like Naruto. I think maybe. So you kind of get a sense that the designs of characters are sort of pulling from other shonen anime that were that have been popular over the years.
Deja vu, except it's not Initial D or Eurobeats.
Yeah. So I get the impression that this is supposed to be kind of a parody of other shonen anime, and they're kind of like using the character designs to sort of reflect that.
It pretty much is, in a sense, it is in fact of all things a parody of Harry Potter. But I'll be real when I say this show is actually better than Harry Potter because at least it doesn't suck ass like Harry Potter. Yeah,
Well,
come at me,
well,
Harry
we'll-
Potter fans.
Well, we'll get to whether or not it sucks ass pretty soon.
Yeah.
Can I pop in to say what I said before we started? To me, this show is a mix of friggin' Mob Psycho, Harry Potter, and Fist of the North Star, just with the ridiculousness.
I can confirm as a Festival North Star
Yes.
enthusiast is there is some Hokuto no Ken in this one, especially the attacks.
You-
This dude is OP.
So you're saying it's the fisting of a magic star? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
Except it's not. Except it's not hentai.
You see, that's the problem.
there is there is a lot of that going on, especially in its aesthetics. They even sort of play Quidditch at some point. The school even like
Literally a
looks a
Quidditch
lot.
match.
Yeah, and the school looks a lot like Hogwarts. It kind of looks like a sort of like we have Hogwarts at home kind of look.
Yeah, it's
Oh, so accurate.
it's Temu Hogwarts basically.
Yeah, it's wish.com Hogwarts.
Mom, can we have Hogwarts? We already have Hogwarts at home. It's Mashle.
Yeah. And you can also kind of see that in their uniforms as well. They have these like very long cloaks, but with a white collared shirt and a tie.
So
Yeah.
that image that I just sent everyone, I have it up on screen right now.
Yeah.
That pretty much sums it up in like
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Yeah.
redhead reminded me of a Bleach character.
yeah, like it's
Certain
all
Bleach
like
character.
I mean you can kind of put
Wait.
him into so many different categories. That
Hold
like
on.
bow tie with the I can't remember that show name. It's the one about like a key, like a bunch of girls have like keys and like this one kid has like a lock and he's like trying to
Yeah.
find like the girl that like yeah.
What's the name of it? Nisekoi. Nisekoi.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Nisekoi. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because that's Chitore. That's Chitore. Yeah, that's she. Lemon
does say.
legit kind of looks like her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like
they're-
all the
they're-
characters are very based off other characters.
Yeah, there were I only noticed like two like obvious to me. But it looks like there were a bunch more that I
Oh yeah.
missed.
Like that was the thing is like this anime is it has a lot of very good moments if you like really dive into all of like the little niche things that they were trying to hint at. But if you don't care or don't know, like it's just like most of it's gonna go over your head. Like I don't know who that red character is, but like I could tell that
Dot.
but like you know
God,
like
I can't
he
believe
kind of
this.
like acts a
So
little
are
bit
you
like
saying
Mom.
you guys got Gintama vibes from this?
Nope.
Yeah, there is a Gintama in this.
Well,
Yeah.
I asked that because Gintama parodies animes. That's literally what Gintama. It's a parody show, so it's like I wonder if you guys got some of that. But yeah, Lewis said he did a little bit.
Yeah, it was parodying like anime in general, and then it was parodying Harry Potter on top of that. Like it was definitely attacking a lot of cliches.
Yeah,
So-
it's definitely doing that a lot.
Mhm.
They even have like a filler episode where it's it's like they added a filler episode to make fun of other shows for their filler episodes.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
all they're sort of doing in it is like making potions, but Mash just keeps accidentally making cream puffs.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yep.
Yeah,
he
especially with
loves
the
his cream
Mandragora.
puffs. He loves his cream puffs.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it doesn't do anything else.
You mind if I add my takes on the visuals?
Yeah.
I didn't see that much CGI unless it was that disguised. It was clearly disguised. Like for example, the smoke and the how should I say this? The how should I say the battle designs, the anime designs as well. Some of them kind of legit look like something from some corny ass JRPG. Like for example, say I would say Tales of, or yeah, because there's one of the enemies that's also freaking like how should I say this? It's a huge um sorry, it's a huge scorpion, right?
Hmm.
But it's got the oh god, it's like the massive two heads. I'm like, what is this, a scorpion or a mutation for a nuclear blast?
Nuclear blast.
Yeah, I did notice, and I have been noticing lately, much to my surprise, that the amount of CGI is in anime is like kind of reducing because
Yeah.
it was
There's
Uh,
like
less
there's
money
enough
to
of a
be made for this one, so
yeah. So they didn't really. Okay, if you're watching any of the clips, like at all, like I just kind of like looking at some in the background. The backgrounds are like okay, like they're very generic. And then the characters are almost like sit like cutouts in front of it. So you really don't need CGI to like do anything because everything is so basic. And then like they're animating some of like the fight scenes. Like there's not like I mean there's fight scenes in this, but they're not like too heavy. And they're like usually pretty tame in comparison to some. So
yeah,
like doing any level of CGI. I think I saw one thing that was CGI, and that was like the swords
Oh yeah,
being shot.
the
Yeah.
massive
And like they look almost fine because the background is so bland.
yeah. One
So
thing
it's done
one
well enough because they've done it like such a basic art style that like it almost blends in better with the CGI than if they were to like try and do like a better art style and then try and put CGI on top of it where it's like even noticeable.
Mm,
Um, but like I actually would say that for generic watch through for like so shonen anime, this is actually like pretty badly animated for the majority of it. The fight scenes are pretty
Uh,
good though.
yeah,
Josh,
the fight scenes are very much so like they're they're mostly like a couple swings back and forth, broken up by some gags, and
Mhm.
then
um,
ending with gratuitous shots of Mash's muscles right before he uh whoops his enemy's ass.
well,
Yeah,
Fist of the North Star. Fist of the
Yeah,
North
pretty
yeah,
Star.
much.
Yeah.
yeah. The guy, yeah, Mashle. Let's be honest here. If you like fight scenes, you're gonna be enjoying a ton of the crazy shit that happens when it comes to the fight scenes because some of these fights are outlandish at best, especially.
Bro, I love how the
in the
girl thought he was proposing marriage to her. That was fucking
Oh
hilarious.
yeah. Oh, we'll talk about Lemon later, but right now I want to say. Will, I want to say something. It's a friendly correction. This anime actually came out. The first season came out actually last year. It was on spring.
Oh,
Yeah, it came out in 2023. I was watching it with a friend of mine on a podcast, and we thought it was okay. But
oh, you know that's kind of funny because the like the information I was reading off on Mal said 2023, and I said 2024 for some reason.
yeah, that's because this year the second season came out this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, character design wise, yeah, I did notice that there's some elements from animes as well, like you guys said. There's also the fact that some of the effects are okay. Like for example, if you watch the second season, there's going to be an attack called well, how should I say this? You got even you know what's funny? Even the old headmaster, he legit looks like Voldemort, like Dumbledore. Like,
Well,
this,
no
this,
shit.
Well, it-
yeah,
the thing that like I think that like almost lends to it is like the anime characters in this world don't look like they should exist within it. So
I'm just
it
noticing their
like
shoes.
yeah, like their shoes are terrible. But
Yeah, it looks.
like if you look at like the background drawings of everything, it looks like it would be like what you would interpret like Harry Potter to look like in the background, and then you're throwing shonen characters into Harry Potter. Like that's how like even the animation looks. And it's not like amazing, but it's eh.
yeah. Here's the thing, A1 is pretty much infamous when it comes to stuff like this, especially with the stuff they animate. It's I'm guessing for the sake of saving every a bit of pennies that they have, they don't really put the best effort when it comes to their animations. A1 is let's just say that A1 as a studio is not exactly seeing a good light with the anime community.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. In general, it looks very cheap. Um, I can see what they're going for with it, but it is definitely very cheaply made. Let's move on to the sound design. Now the sound design, especially the music, I cannot stand it. All right. First of all, a lot of the music are tracks that are not only very grating to listen to, but are inappropriate for the scenes that they're being played in.
Like random lyrics and like hip hop.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they'll have hip hop with actual rapping in scenes where characters
In emotional short
are
scenes.
are are like speaking to each other, and you can't you can't have that because
It's distracting.
because you now have the voices of the character uh competing with the voices of the of the music. It
Yeah,
just
this
doesn't work. And then there's
Alright, so
Incompetency.
just to kind of touch on that, I think like they were trying to do a oh fuck, what was it? Was it Kill a Kill or Gurren Lagann? It was Gurren
Yeah,
Lagann.
Kiraka,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, it was Gurren
Gurren
Lagann
Lagann.
with Roro Fight
both
the Power.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, but it
like
was intact,
yeah, like so
and it
that
wasn't as loud,
yeah
so it's like it was fine.
yeah
But this is like it's like you go on a 6th Street and blasting the whole thing. And you're like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
no, that's stupid. Why would you do that?
yeah
yeah
like
the music is
music's-
mixed way too loud so often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the sound
It-
mixing. You're right.
yeah,
This is sound mixing.
I wouldn't say that the tracks were inappropriate. Like I the songs like kind of almost fit the scene, but like yeah, the mixing was like crazy. The dub you hear it a little bit less with. Like the honestly, I think a lot of dub actors did a really good job at like having like their voices carry in a lot of scenes. But
They just saying that because
it's
it's classic.
well no, it's like I did check both. I was ahead at one point and I did watch it in Japanese or I yeah, did watch it in Japanese and then I watched it in English. And the English dub was actually like pretty well done. They actually had like a decent cast, which is kind of rare for it. But like
I agree.
the Japanese mixing originally it clashed too much.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you when I say Japan should not do rap unless it's something like in Samurai Champloo.
Well,
Because
I
let's
already don't like rap.
Mhm.
But like the thing with Samurai Champloo is they first of all, they had they had a type of rap that used that had a very like interesting style to it, and
It was lo-fi.
they also heavily stylized the show in a way where it actually fit. In this,
But,
they
yeah.
they kind of just threw it into a comedy shonen show that felt kind of generic, where the style didn't even fit with it, and the show would have like been better off using more generic music.
Mm,
It
the
was
only two,
I mean,
the
like
only
generic
two.
fantasy music.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually.
you know what's funny? I was checking IMDb and it said that they used two orchestras for some of the
So, so like
for the music. I'll take a look, but the
so
meantime, I'm
like
gonna
what
say
My Hero Academia did.
Mhm.
yes.
Mm.
I do recall that
They don't use it enough though.
the orchestras in question are the Nashville Scoring Orchestra and the Sofia Session Orchestra. Sofia being Hungary, the Nashville one being the US.
Yeah. Um. Other than that, the opening theme, uh, I liked
Oh,
it up until uh the singer came in. I really didn't like the vocals in it.
the scream metal. You don't vibe with scream metal.
Uh,
It's not as bad as you think, but it's not good.
well, it's not that I never vibe with that kind of stuff. I just didn't like that like particular vocalist. I didn't think he was very good.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
It's another issue again. I had mentioned before, like with Hunter x Hunter, when I first began watching it. It's like they put this really out of place like metal song as the ending theme, and it just threw me off so hard when I first watched it. And that was how I felt with Mashle's opening theme.
You had no idea how pissed off I am when you said that. Because I'll be honest, the guys, because the people who did the intro and the outro were a band called Galnerius, which I'll be honest, yeah, listen to some of their songs, ridiculous stuff.
I mean,
Especially,
I would not. I mean, I probably would like their thing, but it's like I just didn't not vibe with the opening at all. It's just, I mean, I like metal, but I don't think it would work with something this generic, in my opinion.
I'm actually the minority that liked the opening of the first one. The second one, you know what's the fucked up
The second
thing,
one is cheesy, and I love it.
dude? You know what's the fucked up part? The chorus sounds like the rapper Bad Bunny. I didn't think it was possible for the Japanese to listen to that motherfucker, but it happened.
He's
For those who don't know,
one of the number one like he's actually like one of the number one worldwide played right now.
Was he like gacked?
He is like
he's a rapper
Latin.
from Puerto Rico. He's pretty, I would say, famous for a couple of songs that became club bangers. Judge Ma had to explain this one as well because honestly,
I
we don't have.
probably have played fuck, I don't even know how many of his songs in the club. Holy fuck.
Mhm,
So a lot of his
Takides.
tracks are like a certified Twit classic.
Yeah, like
mhm.
Takides probably the one that I played the most, and I think I have like probably close to like
Yonaguni
48
is another one.
plays. Yeah. My Spanish sucks, so like I'm not gonna be able to list his.
Well, be glad you
Uh,
know someone who actually speaks Spanish as his mother tongue,
I
and
know.
that's me.
Oh,
So,
thank God.
in case that ever happens, get to me.
Yeah.
I will say though,
Un
I
X
will say though,
100 toe me Porto Bonato. Yeah, like those are all like I play them all the fucking time.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh,
Monica was the other one that's asked a lot. Yeah.
okay. The intro, however, the second one,
Yeah. But anyway.
Blim Bam Born actually became quite viral when before the second season came out, though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bing bing.
I have not heard it. I don't know how it sounds, but I saw it trending.
Yeah, I actually heard it, and
Because a
that's
lot
why
of
I found.
VTubers really like it.
I just
Yeah,
recently played it at a car show and everyone did the bing bong dance. So I mean, you know.
There's a fucking dance
the
associated
what?
with it.
Yep.
yes, it's
Like
a,
I
dance.
yeah,
I'm
it's a
like,
sorry,
dance for
the
it.
Bing Bong dance?
well, okay.
That's what they
The
call
Bing
Yeah,
it?
Bang
Let's
Born.
see.
yeah,
Wait, what the fuck?
it's called
Bing
Bling.
Bang Bang.
Okay,
Bling
it's
bling
called
bang.
Bling Bang 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 Born by
Yeah.
Creepy Nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd
Like
probably call it Bing Bong too.
yeah,
It sounds stupid.
yeah. Because
And
well the choir goes we're singing bling blum blum bling blum blum bling blum blum blum. Like that's
Bling,
what it is. So like everyone does like that dance to that same time. So
and
I
the first one is called Knockout by
yeah.
Taiku Okazaki.
Yep.
Uh,
Sadly, it
Taiku's
doesn't hold a candle to One Punch.
yeah.
I mean, it's no jam project, but it's not jam project. But I'll be honest with you, I used it for racing, and it actually works
The
somehow.
one thing I will say is like that really like that style of music really does embody like gym culture. Like these are like the type of songs that like people at the gym actually listen to and work out to. So on
Oh
that
yeah,
note,
totally.
like the music and the openings fit the kind of people that would be like into working out and being like, "Oh, like this guy works out all the time. I really like it." But like that's how you'd have to look at it.
Yeah.
So,
Let's
yeah.
on that note, let's start talking about the characters, starting with the man himself, Mash. Uh so Mash, his character's sort of gimmick is that he works out so much that he can pretty much do all the same things that magic users can do uh with just his muscles. So like he flies a broom just by like moving his legs so quickly that he generates
Basically
enough
Yoshi.
lift. He he's able to he's able to seemingly teleport a gold coin into his hand by spitting a button at it and inhaling so hard that it comes that it gets sucked up into his
Some literal
mouth.
JoJo shit.
Um so that's sort of his gimmick. Um and he sort of covers up the fact that he can't use magic by by saying that he's casting spells on his muscles.
Yeah, he's saying it's like, oh, it's enhancement magic. It's like, oh, I'm about to
And
use
his
a
dumbass
hamstring
friends fall
spell,
for it.
and they're like, why is he in a sprinter stance? Like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, hamstring, whatever, and then just dashes, and he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, so it's
I
like,
was
Everybody in the
talking.
show's an idiot.
yeah,
I was.
Yes, essentially.
Let me say it like this. Me and Josh were talking about this. The man pretty much maxed out all his the strength, a little bit charisma for good measure, and
A little
speed.
bit.
But yeah, more like he maxed out the strength, speed, and charisma, and the
But they,
rest of it.
Dex,
Well,
this guy's
Dex build,
where
We
this
were
guy's
watching the same show, weren't we?
strength and dex. That's it. Strength and dex. He said
yeah.
charisma. I said strength and dex, and like constitution because like he survived
Nobody
some
in
like
this
poison
fucking
shit.
show had high charisma. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like pretty
well,
much everyone rolled a critical failure for charisma, and then he just
Yeah.
rolls nat 20 for every persuasion check. It's
No,
ridiculous.
no. Who
Um,
Bro, I gotta
who was
jump in. I gotta jump in. I have to wonder if their world has magical particles because even in our world, muscles can't do that shit.
Yeah, well, I mean that's sort of just the running gag of the show is that he does stuff that's impossible. Um,
Like
But
Saitama.
If
I
you
I
don't
just gotta,
live,
just gotta say one thing. The whole thing with him and Lemon, because Mashle is like, Mashle is fucking hilarious. He's hilarious. But what
He's a
happens with the Lemon
moron.
is funny because it's so damn stereotypical. Where he just fucking he gives her a pep talk and she goes, "Oh my god, he wants to marry me. He must love me. So now I have his back." And it's just like, my god, that's not what happened here.
Well, Mash, he's very airheaded. He's very aloof, and he's not very conscientious. Um,
and when it comes to his way of talking, he is very monotone at it. Like
Very monotone.
deadpan.
Very
Yeah, very deadpan at it.
yeah,
Especially
basically your
with
typical otaku.
bruh. The fuck?
He is
Hey,
a
what-
moron. What are you talking about?
I mean,
yeah,
like,
he's
that's-
pretty dumb.
yeah. They
Yes, he's a
established-
loofing moron.
Well, they
I mean,
established
I
that he was a
mean-
moron in the first episode. Whenever he didn't know how to use the door
Open, use a fucking
times.
door. Yeah.
Yeah, like he
I
opened.
mean, he was very sheltered as well because, well,
It
in his
doesn't
world-
matter.
I mean, what do you mean it doesn't matter? The
He's
man was sheltered. He didn't know how the world operated.
It
So
still didn't really matter. Like they made it so that he was an idiot. Like the first episode, he opens up
His-
the door and he's like, "Oh, sorry, pops, I forgot that it was a pull and not a push."
I'll admit,
I'll fix
the
it.
dad's reaction, the back and forth between them, was a bit like smile. Even cracked a smile in me
Mhm.
because I kind of like that relationship of the dad and his son. I'll admit it got something out of me. But most of the time, if if Mash isn't playing off another character, then he's just fucking boring.
Yeah,
yeah, Rigo, ironically, ironically, if you notice Rigo's backstory, the guy, how should I say this? The guy almost gay man himself, and then he found Mash out of nowhere.
yeah.
And
Mash is sort of the stereotypical comedy main character where he's the straight man, and then all the
He's oblivious to everything, including advances.
other characters are say and do wacky things around him, and
he's
Well, I mean,
And,
whenever the
they-
main character is the comic relief, then there's an issue that like the other characters have to have boisterous enough personalities to overpower the comic relief. And
Yeah.
then it's just like it spirals really quickly after that. So like this would fall into the same issue as like
I mean, it could work if everyone's a bit eccentric, but you need certain degrees of eccentric.
like,
yeah,
Like Full Metal Alchemist cast, they can be a bit eccentric. They're all just one big mixing pot.
yeah,
well,
Alright.
if
Except
you
Frieza.
think about movies like the Naked Gun, I think that's sort of a good example. 'Cause I forget the main character's name in that, but but even though everything he does is ridiculous, he's also kind of very
that'll be Frank.
very deadpan. He's very like he doesn't actually tell any jokes by himself, other than crashing his car a bunch of times. Let's move on to Finn.
Oh god, I have no words
motherfucker.
on this. He's white. He's the white bread of the cast.
This guy is basically the Zenitsu of the show.
He's like the
Yeah.
audience self-insert, right?
I
Sort of.
maybe it's kind of hard
have
to
no fucking
tell
clue.
because like he unlike the other character, even he has
Even his
like
older
even
brother
less,
has more going for him.
yeah, he has less eccentricities as even Mash, but he's also a comic relief character. It seems like other than being like kind of meek and cowardly, it seems like his
The main cast
personality
is like
just
3 of the comic reliefs. Well, 4
he
actually. Yeah, 4. My bad.
yeah, unlike
Right.
so it seems like his personality like changes every time every time he has to tell a joke.
So the issue is like he's trying to be like the voice, like basically because Mash is not like he's so
The
stupid that
voice
you
of
need a
reason.
character that pushes the story along. He's the character that's supposed to help push the story along, but also he's in the Harry Potter universe. It's Harry's best friend. That's Ron. Ron is the biggest coward. So how do you make the biggest coward also push the story forward? And then he ends up in this very lost identity. And
And
also like his brother was like the superstar in Ron's
they could have done something
yeah,
with that.
I know.
With his
In
brother being a
Ron's
fucking
world,
prodigy.
yeah, in Ron's
It,
world, he like what was it? Like two of his like oldest brothers were all
Yep.
like
Yep.
prefects and they
Twins.
were like the best, and then his twin brothers that were above him, while they were um like very mischievous and like fucked around a lot, they still were geniuses. So like Ron looked like the runt and like the one that was terrible comparatively to all of his siblings,
it was.
which is where that character Finn kind of lies. They're trying to like play two sides of a coin, and he's not well written in Mashle. It's just he's trying to do
Even in
too many
the end of the
things.
season, he still has no identity.
Yeah.
No place in the main cast as far as I'm.
Yeah.
Even fucking Dot has more going on with him. Fucking Dot. I hate his fucking name.
So let's move on to Dot.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck. Oh god.
That is fucking wild, man. Especially when it comes to But let's just say that he's very much the biggest user of the middle finger salute in this anime.
He reminds me of Sanji.
He
Sanji, is Sanji but more retarded, or Sanji if he was involuntary
Sanji
celibate?
if it was more fucking insufferable.
Oh wait,
If he played up all his tropes of
You know what I actually wrote in the document when I described Dub Barrett? Ginger with main character syndrome, supreme gentleman, fireman. Yeah, he is more or less the quote unquote supreme gentleman. Like I was gonna say, is it Roger?
Oh, he looks.
he's kind of like that kid you knew in high school who liked Naruto way too much,
And dyed his hair to look the part.
but he also has brain damage on top of that.
I was gonna say
Lulu.
that Dot is the fucking horrific love child of Sanji and Renji from Bleach.
He has the exact same personality as one of my best friends in high
Jesus
school.
fucking Christ.
So
So he's the Lulu.
Did that
yeah.
friend of yours watch a lot of Naruto?
yeah, he actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
like,
I
he-
like my
he
Naruto.
wore the
I gotta-
Naruto outfit to school a couple times.
See,
yes.
I fucking called it.
Yeah, that's why
Bruh,
whenever you said, I was like,
I
yeah,
gotta-
same personality.
I gotta jump in because one,
Yep.
the headband almost reminded me of that guy from Bleach, the guy from Bleach that has a headband. But
Renji.
like you said, more like Naruto. Like I half expected him to be like, believe it, not really. Kidding. But he also reminded me of that one guy from fucking Gundam Builders. Forget his name, but he's
I
one of the
have
main
not seen
characters. So anywho, yeah, about Naruto and this and like how crazy this character is. So you made a good comparison because see, there are people like me that stopped watching Naruto when Zabuza died, and I'm still big into ninjas. I mean, hell, my
literally
YouTube
was
channel
the-
has.
That was the beginning, though.
I know I lost interest. I did end up rewatching the show, and then I lost interest again when Shippuden started. But my point was, there's people like me who looked at Naruto and went, "Oh, cool, ninjas," and then I noticed how ridiculous it is and how much filler there is, and then I'm like, "Yeah, I'm leaving." And then there's dudes like your friend and that this character resembles, where it's just like, bro, believe it. He's gonna come to school. Insert the Naruto battle music, like da 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 da. You know what I mean?
Imagine the guy is also doing the Naruto run unironically on the school as well.
Yeah.
honestly, if that was more of an asshole than a Casanova wannabe, he'd probably be more like fucking Bakugo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's move on to Lance.
But yes, my
oh,
favorite
Oh,
character,
no.
unironically.
Eh. He's
Lance,
better than the rest of them.
No joke. I actually legit like Lance.
Well, Lance seems like the most normal one on the surface until
Besides him being
the
a
top.
syscon.
Yeah, until the
The topic
topic
of
of the
syscon comes
sister
up.
comes up.
I mean,
And, like,
look,
they actually-
look. If you had a small sister, would you not love her? Come on, like.
yeah.
Oh,
but
I don't
now-
know
Being
if I
family?
love her
Yes.
like that.
But something I
you know
loved in
what?
the English
Right.
dub I saw was
I don't think that actually the way that you think it is. I don't think it's like, the weird shit.
yes, the English dub
You,
made the joke.
you know how Dot is the guy you knew from high school that liked Naruto too much? Lance is the guy you know from high school that liked Monogatari too much.
Oh,
Ooh, boy.
Oh my god.
Oh, shots fired because Monogatari. There are fans.
Oh, actually, oh fuck. Then I would have hung out with him then. We had the same taste.
yeah. The man,
Oh,
he's the
man.
kind of guy who will low key hang out in Dolores Facebook pages. If you
God.
know what I mean.
Oh
No.
no.
No,
You're talking about
I did.
Monogatari.
He said lore. He means plot. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I'll be honest with
I'm
you.
honestly stupid, so I didn't get it.
He's
brain
aiming for a
damage.
domestic girlfriend situation.
Oh God.
Hey,
Please
come
don't
on.
remind me of this.
Except those are
Damn.
step siblings, not exactly the same.
I said he's aiming for it. I didn't say.
siblings.
Oh God, when he calls him a lolicon, he said, "I'm a ciscon."
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the English dub actually translated properly. They could have easily went with, "Oh, so you're a pedophile," which I honestly bet they were gonna probably could have done.
All right, Drake.
I'm glad that he actually decided to call him a lolicon.
Okay, P Diddy.
Which is appreciated, I would say.
If
I'm not
you
saying
people
that.
watch
I'm not
the-
saying that.
otherwise he's rather. Otherwise, he's comes off as like rather responsible, hardworking, and helpful to his peers.
He is actually the top dog. In
I
this
almost
movie.
wish he was the main character, unironically.
Yep, he's more interesting than the
Way
rest
more
of it.
interesting. I mean, he's
The
still
rest
flat
of
as
the
cardboard.
morons.
He's still flat as cardboard, but he had something with wanting to support his sister. That's
It's
enough.
a shonen show. What do you expect?
Bro, I was gonna
Oh,
say he's
there's-
not. I gotta jump in. He's not P Diddy, but he's also not the creator of Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh
But, yeah.
Well,
Definitely.
yeah! Ouch!
Definitely.
Let's move
Ouch.
on from that. Let's
Let's go.
Yeah, we
let's
should.
go to Tim.
Yeah.
let's talk about Lemon.
Eh.
Oh,
Who?
Jesus.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the plot.
Oh, wait a minute.
No. Let's talk
All
about
right, so
Lemon.
we're still talking about Lemon.
Lemon.
She doesn't have much plot.
Yeah, I know she
She's,
does not, but
Well,
there's,
she.
there's
I mean,
very little
that's
there.
not-
Okay,
And-
so, all right, Lemon versus Sakura.
I was gonna say Lemon versus the plot. I mean, either way, there's not much. Like, we're fine.
I mean, technical knockout.
Lemon. Okay, so I just gotta say this. So when introducing her, it's Lemon Irvine, aka or I did not consent to this relationship.
You remember her last name?
Yeah, I do too.
It's on,
My stalker.
Yeah.
My stalker.
Well, I
Lemon.
mean, I can see her
Lemon.
last name because
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it on.
I'm
Mal.
saying is like, did
No,
they ever say her last name in the show?
No,
Yeah.
I'm
Lemon
properly
Bean
introducing her like as if this is on anime, like Lemon Irvine, also known as I did not consent to this relationship because
Oh shit!
Mash isn't dating her, but she thinks like now they're engaged. So it's like, bruh,
Yeah.
leave the guy
I,
alone.
okay.
You mean
So,
like,
alright, so
like
one thing I
typical
want to
women? Okay.
So one thing I want to mention, we passed that segment of the presentation. Anyone else was really annoyed how they kept showing like information fucking cards of the character names, like we just didn't learn who the hell they are, like seconds
I
before.
mean, it's
That was
not
really-
as bad, but it could have been reduced by a lot.
You know, Lemon is so ineffectual to the story that I
She
had
does not make you
dropped-
want to protect her.
I had dropped the show for a couple weeks, and then when I came back to it,
Same.
I saw Lemon clinging to Mashle, and I thought, why is she acting like that? I had forgotten
It seems
about
like
the
she inherited
entire.
Sakura's will.
I
towards
had
Sasuke.
forgotten about her entire character.
I mean, her existence. Same
I
thing.
mean-
Oh, I knew she was like the yellow girl.
The yellow girl.
Yep.
I was gonna say the girl.
Yeah.
Who the fuck else?
Well, there's
She's
others.
literally the only chick in this fucking cast.
You know,
I would
you
laugh
know-
so hard when I realized that.
Right.
okay.
Oh, they're. Yeah, I don't know if it counts, but Finn maybe. You know.
Is she the Hinata of this story?
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
Absolutely not.
Wait. No, wait. She's not Hinata because Hinata is not she doesn't have the Lulu
She's more
Pro Max.
reserved.
She doesn't have the Lulu Pro Max
Look.
like Lemon has.
To be Hinata of the show, she has to have a personality, and the background story and the plot. I'm just saying, like, just
Lemon
saying.
legit doesn't have much of a personality outside
Yeah.
being the big.
Hinata was barely an element in Naruto for most of
Man.
this run.
There's only so much you can say about a bunch of fucking cardboard cutouts. So let's move on to the plot.
Hey, I defended Lance.
All right. So I'm not saying this on here. I just looked it up just to see.
Huh.
I was gonna say,
okay,
can
we're getting a secret message.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Oh, there's that? Seriously? Damn.
Let's see what we'd find in Dan Boru.
Oh,
good.
All right, let me know when you guys want to get to bad guy group number one.
But yeah, let's talk about the let's
guy
talk
number
about
one.
the actual like story of the show.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a story?
Yes. Mash has to become the prom king in order to.
He has to be the B star of the
he
magic
has to
community.
like
Gangstar.
the divine visionary. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
And I think that's like supposedly chosen by God, but he has to get like gold coins
The irony, he
or-
wasn't
or
chosen by
something.
God.
To do it, and he does it all with his muscles at a
I
magic
mean,
school.
he needs to become a divine visionary to live a peaceful life with his stepfather.
So
Essentially.
Yo, can I just
Can you
jump in
explain
and
to me
say,
why
hey,
that would
yo,
matter?
I want to
Because
say it
I
like a
don't
Harry
think they
Potter.
explained that.
Neko, hold on. I want to say it like a Harry-
It's because
oh,
it's because they if he becomes divine visionary, he that government agent who's responsible for tracking down non-magic
Brad
people
Coleman.
will leave them alone.
That
Yeah.
makes no fucking sense, right?
I
All right,
know.
I
Okay,
gotta
what
jump
was
in.
Crimson gonna say?
Okay.
I'm trying to say this. So,
Alright.
yeah, if we could title the story as a Harry Potter title, it's Mash Burn Dead and the Magical World's Eugenics Program.
I
But
literally have this podcast
But-
labeled
but
as
the-
Harry
the-
Squatter and the Shonen
but
that
there's
lives.
gonna be-
So I mean, like,
Actually,
Well, look,
wait.
look,
Crimson
look.
might be onto something.
Oh, Crimson.
So,
Yeah, that's the old nickname. Yep.
no,
Yeah, it's
go ahead.
it's sort of the same thing as the visuals and the characters. The plot is really bland and not a lot of interesting things happen. There's not much going on, and it's just not that interesting.
I mean, like I said, Lance Crown had at least had a good motivation. He wants to support his sisters because she's like has an illness and shit. So he
Oh,
wants to at least like have a high status so that he can support her better.
Wait, Lance Crown is.
The
The
blue
blue
haired
one
guy.
Oh,
the
okay.
blue
okay.
with the two
I'm
lines
the blue
with the
one.
earring.
I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. I'm
The,
sorry.
the sister con,
This
Yes,
is-
yes, I just had a brain fart.
aka I swear I'm not Oraimo
Oh.
in this world.
Oh my god! Okay, stop.
Oh, I swear I'm not the main character of Rainbow. Holy shit. That is a that's a fun description. What do people say as Oraimo? It's Oraimo. Damn.
Oh man, I cannot wait till we get to bad guy group number 1.
Oh,
Hey guys, you wanna review My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute sometime?
No,
Oh wow.
I'm
That
not
could be
actually that
next-
kind of
That could be
Oh,
next
oh,
year's. That could be
oh.
next year's podcast.
No,
It's
no.
hilarious though. It would be hilarious though.
That's a
Sure.
dream anime.
Look, I don't want to get a liver cancer. Thank you.
You sat through me in the pit. Shut up. Shut up.
I swear
Take
you
a
Yeah,
said
shot.
I
all
kept
the-
Look, I understand that you love the show, but come on, like,
dude, I kept like drinking in preparation for watching the show so that I could get through it.
show?
And then every time I did that, I in my drunken state, I'd be like, I don't want to fucking watch this. Like, I was so disinterested that I couldn't even stand it when I was drunk.
Yeah, you sound like one of those grandpas. Like, what, Billy? What the
I mean,
fuck
if
is
you
this
want,
on the
I can
television?
take over the next segment.
Yeah, it's like you sound like a grandpa who's like watching like a modern show, and you're like, "The fuck is this?
Well,
Why
you,
are we watching this while he's drunk?"
well, you say I can take over the next segment, but this is literally the last segment before we score it.
Hey, hey, hey,
Oh.
hey, hey, hey.
Okay, I want to rapid fire.
There is something. There is something that actually. There is one moment that is actually quite. I would say peak, if I have to say it. That's when Mash thought patrols one of the girls from another class because she tried to kill him.
She tried to
yeah.
what? She tried to what?
Let me say it like
He
this.
did a pull a wrestling move on one of those side bitches who was trying to kill them or
Yeah,
something.
gave her a good suplex.
Yeah, gave it the old gender equality talk. After
God.
fucking giving her a German suplex. That shit was absolute peak. Pretty much the
All right, since we're still on story, I want to rapid fire through our villains for a second.
Innocent Zero being the big bad guy. You got the
No, that's bad guy group number 2. I'm talking about number 1, which was led by the guy who holds a fucking doll all the time. I'll admit for him, he's kind of what I wanted like Mash to be, like antagonistic, but still been just a straight face the whole time. I still like I actually like the banter between the two of them because they clearly could not understand each other. One's like a social Darwinist type, the other one's just fucking there because his dad told him to, and that was what made it funny.
Wait, are we talking Adler House or Lang House?
You mean 2 autists, basically? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Abel and Mash.
All the villains are like so cartoonishly over the top evil. Like they just do like abhorrent shit because they feel they're superior.
Yeah.
Yeah,
somehow.
pretty much.
And
I
then
mean,
we
that's what you have when you have
uh,
a majority of a magical society and class and shit. See, it has political elements too, you guys.
Yeah,
See,
like I said, I just said it. If this was a Harry Potter book or style, it'd be Mash Burn Dead and the Magical Society's eugenics program. They're
that's what I
Nazis.
agreed with. That's what I agreed with because that's literally what happened.
this is a very this is a very classist society. I know I'm using that term classist, but
Flaccid.
that
Because it actually it works for this though.
yeah,
I'm sorry, I thought you said flaccid society. I'm like, yeah, it sounds about right.
yeah, I was gonna say
Right for
classist,
drinking.
like for example, if you're not if you have no magic, you have no rights. That is one of the lines that they said.
No, it's not you have no magic, you have no rights. You have no magic, we fucking kill you on sight. That's
Yeah,
that's
like what the hell? What the hell do they have of being afraid of people who have no magic? Oh wait, maybe it's the fact they killed them out of revenge for being persecuted for having magic. Wait, is this like a revenge? Is this a revenge tactic?
Man, if
Damn.
only this match was about a revenge plot of a magicless nobody wanting, almost getting killed and wanting revenge against his oppressors. Man, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wait,
Except
I got a
not
If
question
really.
to ask.
It's
only
just
that
a
was
I'm
the
sorry.
Well,
Hey, I'm really sorry for bringing up fucking Harry Potter again, but uh, is this a world where Gellert Grindelwald won, and then his
Yes.
extremist followers created a Nazi wizard society?
yes.
I didn't
I
want
mean,
no, like,
Yes.
that is actually what's going on. It's
Yes.
just like,
yes, literally
like,
yes.
with no hesitation. I love it.
well, and it's also like, it's like, what was the Death Eaters in Harry Potter? It was a group of people that wanted to exterminate all Muggles. Like, that's all it was.
Yeah,
So it's like they're
pretty
living
much.
in that
And
world.
what's Smash?
Yeah, like he's a Muggle, except he's able to fight back, and that's all this is. It's like what would happen in that world. Like this
When the
is
Muggle
all.
Harry Potter and the Muggle
Yeah.
Strikes Back.
It's just a spoof on it. It's all just a spoof on Harry Potter. That's all it is. Like as a spoof on Harry Potter, it does a really good job as its own entity. If Harry Potter didn't exist, this would not be as funny. So like,
Well, the thing is that even with Harry Potter existing, it's still really not that funny.
No,
Eh.
it's not.
It has a
Honestly,
great concept, but the execution just sucks.
Again, it's like the
Same
class
problem.
issues, the class divide shit that's in the background was the most interesting a story went with like two characters that it focuses with. But that's about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is like a bad guy number one and his lackey. They're the only ones that focus on that classist theme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of season 2 actually goes one step further with the bad guys being absolutely batshit crazy.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh,
one of
really?
them-
The guy who the head of the metrosexual named Cell War
Marguerite.
wasn't enough.
Oh yeah.
and I mean, like we're not gonna get into it because we aren't on season 2. But it's like,
Yeah,
like it's.
I'm not fucking.
I mean,
it like it gets more insane, and like they start getting a little bit more fleshed out because like we've established the universe, so it's a little bit more fun once you get past all this stuff and like all the world building and trying to like establish like the power scaling and all that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, like we just have to deal with the fact that the first season is
Season 2
what it
is lame as fuck.
I
well,
I'm
Season 1,
enjoying it.
season 1, lame as fuck.
yeah.
Well, you know, if you get past the first course of a shit sandwich, you might get a shit sandwich with sauerkraut on it.
I've heard that one before.
Mhm.
Yeah, its name was fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's
But like, you know, we'll get into it whenever we do review, like, you know, like
No, we're
elaborate
not.
things. Well,
Don't
no, like,
promise
like,
stuff you cannot keep,
well,
please.
no, like I'll get into it a little bit whenever we get into the reviews. But like, it's exactly like what you're gonna get. Like, you see the trailer,
generic and
it's
safe.
yeah, it's stupid comedy. it's obviously a spoof off Harry Potter. Like immediately, my friends were like, "Hey, like you should watch this. It's weightlifting and Harry Potter." And I was like, "All right, cool. Like that sounds good." Like it, there was no like talk about like plot lines, anything like it was just weightlifting and Harry Potter. I'm like, "All right, I already got an idea of how this is gonna run." So
Well,
Yeah.
you
Let's move on to let's move on to reviews anyway.
yeah, so I usually kick him off anyway. So I'll just get
Yeah.
into what I was gonna promise. Like to me, like the show is exactly what you were expecting. It's supposed to be stupid. It's dumb comedy. It's to me, it's okay written. It has to balance between the fact that Japan isn't as gung ho about Harry Potter, but then it also knew that there's going to be a Western audience. Like a lot of nods
Yep,
were at the
yep.
Western audience from the screamo music and the rap music, which definitely goes to the anime gym
Definitely
bros
with it with the
that
kids
would
these
be in
days.
here. Yeah, like it's it's targeting the American audience, but it also has to play
God
dumb
knows
enough
why.
that the Japanese audience will understand it. And I think whenever it came to executing what it's supposed to do, being what it is, just being a fun show that you can turn off your brain and enjoy, I think it lands really well on all that. Some of the sound stuff is a little bit out there. I didn't really enjoy that. Like I said, the base animation, not great, but it also worked. It wasn't taking away, but I also was able to go back and notice how bad the animating studio was cutting corners. Um, but like the fights were okay, so I'm not going to be upset with
Mm,
anything. Like they're okay. I'm not saying that they were amazing, and I'm not saying like we've
mm.
definitely seen worse. We've definitely seen worse. Like they're okay. They're passable. It's fine. So as like a background show to turn on, have fun, enjoy. I enjoyed it. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's before we were talking, like before like this entire podcast, we're talking about it, and I described it as junk food. Not everyone's going to like the same junk food as I do. I can definitely say that this is junk, but it's the type of junk food I would eat. So to me, I would
Same.
say it's like a 7.5. It's okay. It's nothing that's amazing, but it's also entertaining enough to just kind of breeze through and enjoy.
All right. Nines.
Uh, so I guess starting back is like presentation wise, I didn't see that much glaring
Oh, what's that
like
noise you have in the
laziness.
background? You have fireworks going on?
Yeah, sorry
Oh,
about
okay.
that.
Oh, it's New
Um,
York City. It's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So presentation. Let me I guess start with presentation. It's all right. It's standard. It's not. It doesn't stand out. Um, like I said, I did not like the information, like the title cards they gave to the characters, which it stood out to me as like it was annoying and unnecessary. And I sighed by like 10 episodes, and they kept still fucking doing it. Sound wise, again, I didn't like the opening. The ending was a lot better. The music, the diatribe music they played during the fight scenes had terrible mixing. The voice cast, both dub and sub, they were good. They did their job well. Um, the story and characters are very just two dimensional, boring, flat, forgettable. Had some good ideas, but the execution was terrible. And I guess if you're One Punch, no, if you're someone who's definitely fine with any shonen seasonal stuff, then that's not an isekai and not just regular Japan high school. Then it's all right. And I ultimately just gave it a 5. I gave it a 5. It was, and that's very rare. I gave it a 5. It's very mixed. I would watch this only once and never again.
All right, Neko.
Oh boy, where can I start? It's bad. It looks like shit. It tastes like shit sandwich. I don't know. Like, it's probably 3. It's bad. Like, and I enjoy Harry Potter parodies. I read some of them, and this is not good. This is a great concept for like a show or manga or novel, Ranabe, what the hell ever. Execution is just shit. Absolute terrible it's not even a show that you can enjoyably watch. Like, this gets better by a lot, but why would you go through what is it, 12 episodes of bullshit and then go into more of the same? Like, that's just silly. So yeah, 3.
All right, Striker.
Okay. I will admit, I did actually. I'm actually the opposite of Nines. I actually liked the opening, but I actually disliked the ending. First and foremost. That being said, I actually do agree that the idea was there, but the problem was it wasn't exactly done as it should have been. This show actually had, let's just say, it has some ideas, but the potential was very much wasted, and that's partly because of A1 as a studio. The thing is, this is the same company that did the second season of One Punch Man, and I was watching that. I ended up dropping it after like 4 episodes or so because it was that boring. Mashle, however, that's the thing. I actually did watch the first season with a friend of mine when it came out. It The reason is it's actually not bad. I'll admit. But then again, like Josh said, not everyone's gonna like this like I did. But then again, I'm pretty fucking mediocre when it comes to stuff like this. Let's see. The fact that I ended up watching the second season today, I just finished it before the podcast of all things. Okay, so what is the score I'm gonna get this one? Honestly, this is a solid 7. Something you want to watch at least once and see it with a couple of friends of mine. Make it at least watch it with a friend. Poke fun of it. Go full MS3K if you want to, because that's what me and a friend of mine did. It's not exactly the best thing around, not by a long shot. But if you want comedy, go watch something like Konosuba or I don't know, Konosuba Gintama, anything else. Speaking of, however, man, I should totally get into that soon. Holy shit! The third season just went like and came like that. But yeah, 7, solid 7. Not exactly good, not exactly bad. It's just a little, a bit mediocre in some areas. Poorly executed in others, and honestly, having done a rewatch, eh, you're gonna need something better than this. And apparently, if it ever gets a third season, though, because it's gonna get a third season sooner or
Yeah,
later.
please no.
No. It's gonna happen sooner, whether you like it or not.
Oh god.
Yeah, like this is one of the more popular animes in the past year.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, actually, it is going to get a 3rd season.
probably. Yeah, definitely. You know what?
Most of the time.
You know what? You might as well. You better off read the manga instead. Read the manga. 7. Will, go for it, sir.
Let's
I like how,
see.
bro. I was gonna say I like
RJ.
how Neko was like, please no.
Please, no, don't subject me to this garbage again, please.
Man, fuck you.
All right,
Okay,
RJ, you're up.
You know, I'll take what you
I-
said over this anime anytime. Just saying.
All right, I was gonna say, all right, 7.5 for me. It was funny as heck. Not amazing, but it was entertaining. As I think Josh put it, yeah, junk food. And I would give junk food 7 out of 10. I'm sorry, 7.5 out of 10 if it's good.
All right. So as far as I go, like normally I have a lot to say about a show in my sort of score monologue. I really don't this time, and I didn't have a lot to say in the podcast. I kind of had to sort of like come up with stuff to say. Like looking back at this show is kind of like a big fog, and the general feeling I got from it was a disinterest. It wasn't even just like pain from watching it, but it was just sort of like I'm like it kind of just felt like staring at a wall or something. Um, which is something I do. I stare at walls sometimes and just sit there and think. But this time the wall is just like this moving picture on my computer monitor. Um, so there's not a lot bad I have to say about it other than it being kind of feeling kind of generic. I didn't find it very funny. There were a couple moments where I got a little bit of a chuckle, but wasn't like that funny. So I don't know. I'm very apathetic towards this show. 5 out of 10.
All right. I don't even need to do the division because we were already at 5. So yeah, that brings us 35 to that. Yeah. So wait. No, I do have to do the math. Oh fuck. 6. We are at a
Math is hard.
5.8. Yeah, I was doing it if I was forgot to add the 5. Yeah, so 5.8 is our overall rating. The mouse score is I was looking at season 2. 7.6. Like I was saying, it's like in the 300s. It's above 400 in popularity. So it actually is pretty popular. So that is
For season 1.
Yeah, for season 1 it's 388 popularity on Mal.
Man, so much bad taste.
Yep.
I
I
told you
hate
it's
this
popular.
podcast sometimes.
You know what?
So
It's warranted, I guess, because it's show just bad.
to be fair,
Yeah.
Dude,
that the season that it
legit-
was
I-
in, it was not a good season that it came out in, and that's part of the reason it's probably a little higher.
Hey, maybe it might pull a ReZero season 2. Who knows?
No, please no. Please no.
Dude, I legit hate this podcast sometimes.
Shut up.
because he's saying, fuck you too.
Nobody
man."
cares.
I mean, nobody cares. Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
I-
we
I-
have
I-
we have fun here.
All right, I think I'm gonna
We're-
end this before they start saying racial slurs. All right, good night, everyone.
Good
Wait,
night.
guys, hold on.
Thanks for joining us for
hold
our
on,
daily,
hold on.
Okay,
bi-monthly
wait, RJ.
podcast. Farewell.
RJ, what's up?
Okay, we're still live, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Bro, I gotta plug in our friggin' tournament. We had a WrestleMania wrestling tournament. It's either the end of July or sometime in September. It's one of those two. We're still deciding on the date. It's a prize tournament, so the winner gets to have well, not a championship belt, but a Steam game. Either way, it's gonna be hosted by our
They'll get
homies
a
over.
sense of accomplishment.
It's going to be hosted by homies over at
Right.
Thundaria. They
Yeah,
partner
pride
with
and
us
accomplishment.
whenever we do tournaments. They effectively run our tournaments because they're pretty damn good at running tournaments. So I thought to mention that anybody who uses Fightcade, we're going to be doing WrestleMania the arcade, the one that's it's on PlayStation, it's on Genesis, it's on Sega 32X. It's I would
Right.
argue it's the best WrestleMania game of all time. I mean, a lot of people disagree with the generation because it was the next generation where it's Bret Hart, Shawn Michael, Doink the Clown, etc. But it's still my favorite generation because that stuff. It was like watching anime, but wrestling because all the characters were nuts. And you had the clown, you had the friggin' psychotic the psychotic Razor Ramon, and then you had like the Undertaker, and it was like the best. So anywho, now I know that's like wrestling is loosely related to this, but I figured, hey, what better game to plug into this to this podcast episode than friggin' WrestleMania Arcade?
Hey,
I mean, that-
Josh,
Yes.
if you say a racial slur on a podcast and nobody watches it, does it make a sound?